Described in terms of distance, it's different word defined by word, only some can.
Hey guys, I'm Daniela and I'm here with the Music Industry Club at SUNY Oneonta, and I'm here today with Koji. So you're currently on the Spring Song Tour where you're recording live. How's the feeling, and is it any different than a studio setting?
Well, yes, because it's the live setting, but I guess while there's a lot of differences in approaches, there's a core similarity, which is just giving something honest and being present in where I'm at. So that's certainly different in terms of venue and what the outcome is. There's no multi-tracking, there's nothing, it's about the moment. But in the same way that we go for really natural takes and really authentic and real feeling takes in the studio, that's what we're looking for here. So in choosing places that we were going to go to on this trip, we wanted to go to places that I had a personal relationship with the music community, such as here in Oneonta, and kind of bring out all the genuine and just real connection that exists at shows that is very different from the record. It's much more conversational and much more of a push and pull between everybody in the room. So I think that's the magic there versus the record.
All right. So you worked with a ton of artists over the past few years. Do you have any favorite works that have come out from it?
Are you talking about splits?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've only done two, and I love them both for different reasons. And I think I always approach making work as a learning experience. I feel very unformed and rough around the edges as a recording artist. So those two splits, the Into It Over It and the La Dispute split, those were artistically really wonderful forward steps for me. And they were really challenging. Those are two very different artists from me and from each other. And I think having to respond to, because there was a lot of discussion beforehand to make something cohesive and present something as a full thought, while still respecting our individual voices. So I think that was really fun, and it's also just, it's stupidly fun to make work with your friends, so it's like picking children. I can't pick a favorite, but I love them both with all my heart.
All right, that makes sense. So you've recorded with Willie Yip in the past. How was that experience?
That was great. I was looking for, I had been recording in New York and Chicago a ton, and when I was leading up to beginning pre-production for Curriculum in My Mind, I was trying to figure out where I was going to track the record at, and I was at This Is Hardcore 2010, and I saw the three of the Russin brothers, saw Alex, who plays in Cold World, and then Ned and Ben, who play in Title Fight, and I asked them, what did you think of working with Will Yip? They're like, dude, you should record there too. And I don't know, I love both of those bands, both of those records, and in fact, the drums on Shed, the production on Title Fight's Shed record, that was, that and a few other hardcore records that Will had done are the reason. For some reason, for me as a singer-songwriter, I was like, he makes some of the most colorful and textural and real sounding records for that type of music. I have never heard him do a singer-songwriter type of record, but I imagine he's so artful there that he'll understand my frame of reference as someone that's come from punk and hardcore that is doing something a little different now.
Right.
So that's been a really wonderful partnership that has just continued to give. We just did a new track for his compilation Off the Board, so I have a new song off that, and we've been working on a few things here and there over the last year, so I'm really stoked having been connected with him. And he's such a wonderful person for our community. So many bands have turned out really great records out of Studio 4 with Will, so I'm proud to be counted among those artists.
I love so much of the work that he's done, so I'm always interested in hearing about people's experiences with him.
Sure. Yeah, he's a facilitator. He really lets people be who they are, and he brings the best out of us, so It's awesome.
Awesome. So you have an organization called Color Make that helps artists and activists collaborate. What inspired you to start it, and how has it been going?
Well, the name Color Make was, I took two of my favorite words and I put it together. And when I was thinking about what I wanted to do with the two words that I have now merged into one, I was thinking I should do two of my favorite things, which is art and activism. So our story has been a meandering one, like I guess any person or organization's path, you know, and it's been a really exciting thing to be able to meet with artists and activists all over the world and engage with communities and volunteer our time or just work on projects to share with people and really give people an outlet to voice themselves. And I think more than just any one issue, we're the community of people that I work with Color Make, our main concern is just to advocate for expression, whether that is a call to action for change on a social issue, or just to make a beautiful song or a beautiful print or something like that. We want to bring people to the table that their main driver is that expression piece. I don't think we're told enough in society, whether that's government or religion or school. None of our institutions tell us that we as individuals have power, that we have value, and that our voice has the ability to improve and refine our experience as people and as a community. So I want to be, and all of us that work at Color Make, we want to be a force for encouragement for people to see that they can do that. So that's been a really giving thing alongside of having been able to do my own music.
I think artists like you who have such a following, I think it's very important for them to do things like that. So to see that, I think it's incredible.
Well, thanks.
So here at SUNY Oneonta, we have a lot of talented, aspiring musicians. With your experience in the music industry, do you have any advice for them?
Yeah, I have that's a question that you can't ever sufficiently answer, and it's like for me, because I went to a fine art school for a little bit, and most of my life, I have found that that the way that I learned is through movement, and whether that's backwards, forwards, right or left, I need to be moving in order to process. So whether that's drawing a picture or playing guitar, writing a song, or rehearsing a song that I've already written or that someone else has written, I need to be just embracing that kinetic part of myself. People just turn off and they become static and they stop learning. After college, you have to continue that, you know? So I think the thing that I would say the most is if you are that type of person that that movement and action spurs on more learning and keeps that switch on in your mind, build friend groups or professional groups, or like cultivate relationships with people that remind you that that's important, that that's valuable. Be that person for other people and encourage other people to go and really just run after whatever it is they care about, you know. It goes both ways, and I find that if you give back, you should do it because you know that it's helpful and it's good for people. But also sometimes it does come back. And the big thing is being able to separate yourself from this need to have any sort of accomplishment or goal. Like, you need the goal. I'm always like, I finish a show, I'm obsessed with the next one. I finish a record, I'm obsessed with the next one. I need the goal, but I'm never dependent on the outcome for my happiness. The thing is that in the moment, I want to be doing the best that I can, and that's all I have control over. And I think that brings me such joy. And the fact that I have built a life that has allowed me to continue to create, to continue to learn from other people, has shown me like getting old doesn't suck. You know, getting old doesn't have to be scary. Getting old doesn't have to mean that a picture of success, your life doesn't have to look like what people have described for you. So I guess that's like a roundabout way of saying there's no linear path to success or to happiness. there's no right way to move forward. These are just choices. You have to make them. So I just want to encourage people to be brave, to fail joyously, and to learn from it, and to show people that it's worth doing, because it is. If you live your purpose, if you go out there and you make the art that's in you to make, or you're the business person in the music industry that isn't ruining people's lives and taking advantage of artists or the consumer or the audience, whatever, if you're really just doing what you're doing and doing it from the heart, the world is better, you know? And we might feel small in that, but I can't help but think to the people that are in the music school and the art programs here, I can't help but think that you're here because there's a part of you that believes that pursuing the degree that you are and the life that you want is not just going to make you better, but it's going to make the world better. Me, as a recipient of such amazing things from the arts, I just know that to be true. The evidence is all around. So just don't fucking give up, because we need better artists, we need better business people, we need better everything, and it's in you to do. So I don't know. I love people that want to do this. I love them so much. And I think that the people that are doing it, I want to also hold accountable. I want to demand better, you know? So I depend on you. And I depend on your future, you know? So.
All right. Awesome. Some incredibly wise words of wisdom. So thank you to Koji for being here. That's all the time we have. Thanks. Guys.
Numbers, statistics, measuring now.